Hello, everybody. Christine is going to be joining me here. There you go. Good to see you full screen now, Christine. And by the way, everybody, if you want us to show up larger on your screen, especially when I start sharing the presentation, there will be a little icon in the upper right-hand corner of your screen, and you can make my share screen presentation full screen. It makes it a little bit easier for you to check out everything. By the way, as well, if you look in the lower right-hand corner of the screen, there are little gestures. You can clap if you like anything. You can give thumbs up. You can give little smiley faces, and it shows up as you'll see it showing up, and the thumbs up kind of rolling up on the right-hand side. So it's just a way for you guys to kind of interact as well during the presentation. As we noticed on the right-hand column, there's a chat feature as well as a Q&A feature. So again, put your questions in the Q&A section, and any chats that you have that you're just chatting back and forth, you guys are free to chat amongst yourselves. I will also let you know right up front, and I'll go over this in the presentation, that we will be running a little trivia contest at the end of the session. And that trivia contest, we've got some really interesting prizes to give away, because we want to encourage not only your attendance, but your participation in the presentation. So we're going to be going over some information about SEO and AI and digital marketing today. And so that Christine and I know that you didn't just turn this on and then go in the other room to watch soap operas. We are going to do a trivia contest at the end, and the winner of the trivia contest is going to win some fantastic prizes that we'll go over. That being said, I'm going to share my screen, and I will turn the floor over to Christine so we can get this party rocking. Hang on one second. Let me get everything queued up properly here. And share screen now.
Here you go.
All
Good
right.
afternoon, everyone. We have a nice, intimate group today. I hope everyone has had a nice time in the lobby. Mark put together an awesome experience for us pre-talk and now during the talk. It's almost as if it's an in-person summit. We're in our lobby, minus the drinks. We're saying hello. We can go and mingle and stop by all our different tables. I hope this is where it's going for future online summits, CE classes, even work meetings. I think it's collaborative, and I think it's a fun experience. So anyway, welcome. We're attending the first of a 5-part tech series under Alignable Innovation Summit. We have Mark here as our host, pretty much experience creator for all of us, and it should be a wonderful 1/2 hour. We're now down to close to 1 hour. And today's talk, first part, is explosive AI tips for local SEO mastery from the master right here, leveraging your Google business profile and the power of AI to explode your local exposure and increase your local awareness. We initially brought this out to the real estate community. So I believe most of the people here are in the real estate community. So welcome. This is our agenda here. I'm your host and moderator, and let me move forward. My name is Christine Yu. I've been in the industry for about 20 years, real estate industry with a focus on private equity. I've been doing 1031 exchange for the last half of it. I've partnered up with a national company, and I teach 1031 exchange. And let me move on and introduce our fearless leader, Mr. Mark Campbell, who sponsored our experience today. I think it's a fun and I think necessary deviation from the usual Zoom or Teams. Mark Campbell has over 30 years in tech entrepreneurship. He founded 2 tech innovation companies. His expertise is in digital and media marketing, focus on AI-driven solutions for local businesses, proven track record for business growth, and that includes real estate business growth and efficiency. He's certified in artificial intelligence and business strategy, runs an AI agency that specializes in effective business growth and collaborative comprehensive strategies, anything and everything we need for a startup or a thriving business. Started a new video production business to spotlight local business experts. Is an Alignable Alliance ambassador. I think we're all members of Alignable here, and he is passionate about empowering underserved local businesses. I introduce and I give you Mark Gamble.
Thank you, Christine. Definitely appreciate that. I hope I'm coming through loud and clear. I've got my little headset on because I don't want any background noise. And even though it looks like I'm in a nice area here, I've got my kids in the other room and the dog is in the other room. So I wanted to make sure I kind of muted them out so we don't get any distractions here. Today is going to be insightful. It's going to be hopefully entertaining, but the main thing I want to make sure is that we actually learn something from it, because there's going to be some actionable activities that I'm going to ask you guys to do after the session. So when we get back together next week, we can start checking off some of the things that need to get done in order to really see movement and growth within your brand and in your business using the tools that we're going to talk about over the course of the next 4 weeks, 5 weeks of this summit. Today is going to be focused on SEO. And as Christine said, this is a 5-part series. And what we want to basically do is make sure that we are deviating from the boring approach and just doing a Zoom session and there's not a lot of engagement. After we spend the time educating and teaching, we're going to go back to the floor plan and we're going to network again with each other. Now, this really has more power when there are more people. So if you help us attract and bring more people, this will be much more exciting round 2, round 3, round 4. And that's kind of the way the internet works, right? First few people kind of stick their toe in something, say, hey, this Facebook thing's kind of cool. And then the next thing you know, they tell some of their friends about it. And then Facebook starts to go viral. And that's kind of the same approach that we want to leverage here. If they're not an Alignable member, that's okay, because Alignable is free. So if you know some other folks in the real estate space that you feel would get some value out of what we're talking about here, go ahead and invite them. This is free. When they come and they see all the cool things that are happening as an Alignable member, they'll probably be more inclined to join Alignable. And then that, again, helps grow the platform. More people on the platform, the more value. So we're going to guide you guys through what's going to happen, but realize we're talking 2024 and we're almost halfway through the year already. At 2 more days, we're going to be halfway through 2024. Things move at such a lightning pace that we also have to kind of put our sights on 2025 as well. So we're going to really kind of open up some of the insights into the things that are coming down the pipeline as well, because a lot of this is cutting edge. A lot of these things are new techniques. And a lot of the things that we're going to talk about, a lot of businesses have not deployed some of these strategies yet. And the reason being is some of these tools didn't exist a year ago, 6 months ago. That gives you an early mover advantage if you do really kind of lean in heavily to some of the strategies that you're going to learn about over the next few weeks. So that being said, let's talk about our agenda. We're going to discuss leveraging local SEO and what really local SEO is all about and why that's important. We are going to focus on Google. As you can see, I've got a Google hat on. Why? Because yes, we do a lot with Google. We are one of Google's local agencies that are tasked with the responsibility of learning about Google tools and Google technologies from within Google and bringing it out to the general marketplace. And even though Google is a huge company, they just don't have the bandwidth to really support the local users. And that's where third-party agencies such as ours come into play. Being very transparent, we are located here in the San Francisco Bay Area. We've been out here for 25 years. And the Google campus is a bike ride away for me, and the YouTube campus, I can almost fall out of my bed and roll into their campus, which is literally around the corner from where I live and where I work. What that does is it affords me the opportunity to be invited to in-person symposiums and educational lunch and learns that they hold, so that we can bring that information and those tools and technologies back to you. Understand, Google creates a lot of free tools, and they are expecting businesses to use those tools, and they actually reward you when you're using them the proper way. So we'll go into that so you can learn how to get more Google love from the platform, from the search engine, and you don't have to start stroking checks and writing, putting your credit card down to pay for traffic, because you're actually using the tools that Google has provided you with. And then as we wrap up the agenda, we'll open up and have like a Q&A. We'll take any questions that you have that you put into the Q&A section, and we'll answer those in kind of a live little round table here at the front of the room. And then, as I mentioned earlier, we're going to have a trivia contest. These will be a series of questions, multiple choice questions. If you guys have ever been to a bar or a pub and there's the trivia night where they put the questions up on the big screen and everybody's got a little kiosk on their table and you've got to answer in order to win the prize, the exact same thing is going to happen here. I'm going to flash some questions up on the big screen, and everybody's going to use their cell phone, and their cell phone is going to become their little flipper so that they can enter in their answer into the trivia contest. And then we're going to keep a little leaderboard, and the leaders or the winners are going to win some great prizes. And guess what? Because it's so intimate, your chances of winning are much higher. So make sure you guys get ready, pay attention, and participate. And then finally, at the end, as I've said, there are some actionable, delegatable tasks and responsibilities that I'm going to request and recommend that you participate in, because what that will do is that will set you up for success going into our next week's session. And everything you learn, you're going to be able to build upon what we are going to teach over the course of the 5-week program. There will be a weekly assignment, and then we'll kind of close up the session, and we'll just finish up with some live networking. So without further ado, let's go ahead and jump right in. We're going to talk about mastering local SEO for real estate professionals. I know you guys, there's lots of different segments within the real estate niche and real estate market, from brokers to agents to realtors to investors, you name it. We're going to talk about it as a whole, because irrespective of what specific specialty that you offer, there are some key things that are just fundamental that apply to virtually any business. And I don't care what your title is, or what you call yourself, or what your role or responsibility in the niche is. The things we're going to talk about are universal. So I'm just going to call it real estate professionals, real estate pros in general, but I'm referring to anybody and everybody within the space and the niche. So we're going to make sure we understand what local SEO is all about and why it's crucial for real estate professionals to intelligently leverage the business tools that are provided by Google so that you can increase your local exposure. And I use the word intelligently on purpose, because you're going to hear the word intelligence multiple times over the course of the next 5 weeks. A lot of times you're going to hear it preceded by the word artificial. But I don't want to get it twisted, and artificial intelligence is not something that is fake or not real. It just means that there is a different source of managing and understanding the data sets, other than having a human help you with understanding the data. We're going to basically talk about how we're going to use computers to help us become more intelligent, and they're our artificial helper. Key components: optimizing your Google business profile. We're going to talk a lot about your Google business profile, because that is in essence the page that Google provides you with in order to get exposure on the Google platform for free as a local brand. Yes, you do need a website. Yes, your website needs to be search engine optimized so that it can be found on Google, but that is not a Google property. The Google business profile is a Google property, and you need to supply your Google property with the data that you want Google to know about you and your business. So there are certain components that are important to make sure that you're really using within your Google business profile. Things like localized keywords and localized content. So if there's something interesting going on in your area, your community, your neighborhood, your Google business profile does enable you to post content to it, just like Alignable allows you to post content, just like Facebook and Instagram and TikTok and LinkedIn allows you to post content. By posting content and supplying content and information to these various tools, you're actually feeding the AI algorithm. That's how Google learns more about your business, because you're supplying data using the tools that they've given us. Wait, we interrupt this regularly scheduled program to bring this very important message. Google search is changing, and it's changing right before our eyes. Now, I had this whole presentation that was a little old-fashioned, talking about keywords and density and all this other stuff that you've probably heard for the last decade about making sure that you are showing up high on the Google ranking. But the reality of it is AI is turning search upside down. So I want you guys to pump your brakes, and I want you to wake up and realize that right now, Google is completely changing how you are going to search and how you're going to find things as a result of the search that you are using. Google's platform, or their AI tool, is called Gemini. And Gemini is what is going to start powering your search queries. Up to this point, we've sat down with Google and we've had a single line input code or input field where we can type in the question that we have, or the thing that we're trying to get more information about, or the topic we're trying to research and explore. And Google's old-fashioned AI would go through and search their whole index and serve up links that it felt matched the results of the question or the query that we were asking. We still had to spend a whole lot of time searching through all those links, going through all those different resources that Google supplied us with. The change that's happening, and it's not going to happen, it is happening, and I'm sure some of you have even seen it, especially if you do searching on your cell phone, is that you're going to literally be able to have an interview chat with your Google search agent. And that interview chat will help the Google results being provided to you hone in as a result of the responses and the answers that you give the Google chatbot as you're engaging with the search engine. Now, May 14th, 2024, a couple of weeks ago, Google had their national conference. It's called their Google I/O conference. And they broadcast it live. And this is where they announce all the new stuff that's coming out for the next year. And they basically flipped the industry on its ear. Google makes money from search. They make money because people pay to be at the top of the search results. They've actually said that they are going to test this thing called Search Generative Experience, SGE. That is a short name for a Google chat bot that will explore your query, provide information based on a conversational experience that you have with the search engine. And it is not going to necessarily just give you a bunch of links for you to now choose from. It really is going to be tuned to be able to give you the specific answer that you're looking for. What does this mean for folks who are trying to get found on Google? That means that you now more than ever before, it's important for you to make sure that Google knows as much about your business, as much about your services, your products, your offerings, your properties, as you can feed the system as fast as you can feed the system. So when you get a new property available or a new listing that you want to have, you need to make sure that Google is aware of that, because they're not going to just spit out a bunch of links. They're going to say, hey, based on the conversation that we have, it looks like there's some open houses happening in your neighborhood next week. Here are the dates and times of those locations. And if you have not informed Google and provided the data to Google about that, guess what? Your open house is not going to be well attended. So let's break down this new SGE. This is the first thing. It's called generative AI integration. There's going to be a short little video I'm going to play here from Google, but it basically shows how AI is going to enhance search by providing a detailed, contextually relevant response based on the conversation that you're going to be having with the search engine. So I'll play this here, and let's start this, and let me make sure that it's shared as well. And Christine, let's see here. Do you see? Oh no, yeah, here we go. I got to share the next screen here. Share, and share this screen, and we'll play the video. Here we go. How Google is improving search. Share. All right. So this is actually located on Google's main website. The link will be in the slide deck. You guys will get a copy of the slide deck as well. You can go through and you can read all about the SGE, the way that search is changing. But I'm just going to play this 90-second video. It's a little bit promotional, but it'll at least give you an idea of kind of what's coming down the pipeline.
I'ma make them talk like, whoa. Move fast, move slow. Catch me on a roll. Come say hello. 3, 2, 1, let's go.
Yes, yes, yes.
Come say hello. 3, 2, 1, let's go.
You got this. Let's go.
Is a hot dog a sandwich? And the answer is
Yes.
no.
Yes.
No.
I'ma make them talk like whoa, 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 whoa. I'ma make them talk like.
I'ma make them talk like, whoa.
So pretty exciting. Let me switch back to the presentation. And the main takeaway is that search is going to be way more dynamic than it was or it has ever been in the past. Now, the next aspect of search engine evolution is with respect to this thing called circle to search. And circle to search means that using your phone, you just have to circle anything that's on the screen, and the search engine is going to look at what you just circled and then go and try and answer and provide context to what you've just circled. How is this helpful? Imagine if there is some property that a customer is looking for and they circle the type of home that they're interested in. The search engine is going to say, hey, here's a bunch of homes that kind of meet that circled criteria, and start serving up the resources that it has in its database. It maybe, perhaps, potentially you've educated Google on to let them know, hey, here's some pictures of the homes that I have available in my listings. So now making sure that you are getting video footage, pictures, putting text around the types of properties is even more crucial than ever before. There's no little video associated with this, but there is a link here that you can go to Google's website that will be included, that you can read all about the circle to search, but it is extremely interesting where you literally can circle, take a screenshot of anything, take a picture of anything, circle it, and the next thing you know, Google's like, hey, I found a bunch of those that match your picture, match your items that you've circled. Take a look at what I found for you. Another way search is changing. The third most crucial way is, as we've talked about, the integration of a chatbot. Now, I want you guys to understand the concept of the chatbot here. I'm assuming you guys are somewhat familiar with ChatGPT. If not, we can talk a little bit about that offline, but that is the example of an AI interface that allows you to just have a natural language conversation with your computer. So you can sit down and you can start having a conversation, open up the lines of chat with the chatbot, and it will pull from its massive database everything it knows, and it will assemble a sentence, a paragraph, a comment, a statement back to you that we understand in English or in Spanish or in whatever language, but it's in regular natural language interface. You don't have to know computer coding. You don't have to be an IT specialist, and you can have your AI chat assistant analyze data for you, assess information. You can upload information to your chatbot and say, hey, I want you to look at this spreadsheet, and I want you to give me an analysis of the columns and the rows and the tables in this spreadsheet. And you don't have to hire a data analyst. That chat integration is going to be the underlying power of search. But let me explain something right up front. AI only works if it has data to pull from. No data, no intelligence. So you can't call it artificial intelligence if there's no data. That data set currently is everything that's in Google. So Google is allowing you to talk with all of the information that they have stored in their data systems by just having a chat with the chatbot. But the important thing is you can add more data to that data set. You can update the data in that data set. You can refine the data in that data set. So now the search engines know more about your business, your products, your services, your listings, your personnel. So these three core components are what makes chat completely different. I'm sorry, search completely different than the way that we've been trained and taught what we need to do with search to get listed at the top of search engines. You have to play the game differently now. The rules have changed. So how do we tap in and start to understand how to play this local search game differently? Google core updates have changed. Look ahead, understand things are in a transitionary state. And the example that I like to give is when you drive your car, you don't drive looking down at your tires. You drive looking out at the horizon. And that's the way that I want you to think about steering your business. Look at the horizon, pay attention to what is coming up so you know how to navigate, how to steer, and how to get to the destination that you're trying to get to. Most local businesses, most small businesses are only focused on the here and now. And they're like, oh, what am I doing now? What can I do right now? And they're trying to steer their car looking down at their tires. It's not going to get you to where you're going. You probably might end up crashing into something. What we're going to be talking about is paying attention to the horizon. So what even is local SEO anyway? Local SEO for real estate is aimed at boosting your company's visibility on search engines like Google. And trust me, I've been saying Google, 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 because they're the 800-pound gorilla. However, Microsoft is no schlup either, because they are the ones that actually finance OpenAI. They're the ones behind making sure ChatGPT keeps the electricity and keeps the lights on over at OpenAI. Yahoo, Bing, YouTube is a great search engine tool as well, but all these social platforms as well, Facebook, LinkedIn, everybody has an AI resource that they're going to be integrating into their tool set and their technology. So how do we start letting these big data systems know about who we are? The first thing that you want to do is you want to make sure that your Google business profile is accurately updated with all the right information and all the right details. The benefits of local SEO is that your search engine ranking will increase, but it might not show you at the top of a search result. However, those little red map markers, those things are dynamic. You want to make sure that those little red map markers show up when somebody says, real estate agent near me, realtor near me, open houses near me. That is where you want to really influence the positioning of your local brand. And that local brand is really not tied to positioning your website high there. It's tied to positioning your Google business profile or your Google business page high on that list. Okay. So it gives you increased discoverability. It gives you a competitive edge. It helps you establish local connections, and it allows you to play the SEO game using new strategies and new tactics. Local search. As we said, there's lots of different ways that people use search engine. So here's somebody searching for luxury condos in Miami. And these are all the different examples of ways that they can type in luxury condos for sale Miami, luxury condos for sale Miami, Florida, luxury homes for sale Miami, for sale Miami Beach, new condos, luxury penthouses, luxury apartments, luxury condos for sale next to Miami, in Brick Hill, Miami. So it's going to be important for you to figure out keywords that help you identify your brand for the prospects, for the marketplace, so Google knows how to orient you and position you within the algorithm. Lots of different opportunities, because you can really get creative with the way that you enter in the keywords into the search engine. So there's going to be a little bit of research that might have to be done in order to figure out what kind of keywords should I try and get my brand connected to. We'll talk about some strategies for that, but understand it just can't say, hey, I do luxury homes in Miami, and I have luxury homes in Miami as my keyword, I'm good. No, I mean, I just showed you, here's 10 different keywords for the exact same product that you definitely need to make sure that Google is aware that you are offering, and in the communities that you're offering it to. So let's talk about your Google Business Profile, or GBP for short. Sometimes you might hear it called your Google Business Page. It's not wrong, but the actual term is your Google Business Profile. Your Google Business Profile basically looks like this. This is a gentleman, his name is Jeff, and Jeff has a business in the San Francisco area, real estate business in the San Francisco area, and this little section right here is his Google Business Profile. And if you guys are not familiar with it, there's a lot of personal details that are up there, business details that you want to put up there, open hours, your address, phone number, web addresses, but you can also do other things. You can upload photos to your Google Business Profile. The other thing is, notice here, he's got a call button and a message button. You can go into your Google Business Profile and you can activate the call functionality and the message functionality, meaning somebody who pulls up your Google Business Profile on their phone can just hit that call button and it will ring your telephone number that you've put into the Google Business system. That's powerful because Google tracks how many phone calls they send your direction as well. And if you start getting more people calling you using your Google business profile, Google's algorithm says, oh my goodness, Jeff is very, very influential in the community. Lots of people want to talk to him. Let's make sure Jeff gets more exposure. So you want to use all of these little tools that they're providing you with, because that shows Google you're taking advantage of the tools that they've given you, and then Google rewards you for it, giving you more exposure. Now, the messages tab, the little messages button, allows you to get an instant message from your Google business profile. So it's just like having a text chat or a Instagram DM chat or a Facebook chat, but the person is looking up your Google business profile, hits the message button, sends a message to you, and it shows up on your phone. So now you can engage with that prospect in a more convenient way. Phone call might deter a few people who aren't really ready to talk to somebody because they're afraid that they might be talking to somebody who's trying to sell them too prematurely. But a chat allows them to have a conversation with you, and they're expecting a real-time response from you. So that chat response shows up on your phone so that you can stop what you're doing and say, oh, wait, I see that Christine is trying to ask me a question about a piece of property that I have available. Yes, Christine, that open house is next week at 2:00. Looking forward to seeing you there. That engagement increases the activity, and it increases the actual results that you're looking for, so that you're not just getting tire kickers, window shoppers, looking you up on Google, checking you out, and then hitting the back button to go check out somebody else. So the more information that you can supply in your Google business profile, the more powerful you're telling the Google algorithms how to get in touch with you and the easiest ways to get in touch with you. So optimizing your Google business profile, you want to make sure you complete that Google business profile as extensively as possible. You want to also make sure that you are leveraging keywords in areas of that Google business profile. So there's sections where you can give about us and a bio and some details. And those areas are where you get benefit from putting a lot of key phrases, keywords that you want to make sure that you are recognized for. The other thing is quality photos and virtual tours. Now, I talked to you guys about the importance of circle to search. It's even more important to make sure that you're taking photos of everything. Everything. Take multiple photos, not just, oh, I got a picture of the front facade. Take pictures of different angles of the front facade. Take pictures of the backyard. Get drone pictures, drone video footage. So you have different perspective, different angles, different elevations of being able to feed this information to the Google systems. We'll talk more about some ways to get quality photos and types of virtual and drone type of footage and shots in some of the future sessions. But these core components, completing your Google business profile, making sure that you are utilizing proper keywords, and then making sure you're putting media, digital media with your profile and updating that on a regular basis. Your Google business profile is a critical asset for boosting your visibility online. Yes, your Google business profile will allow you to link your website to your Google business profile. That's a key component to making sure people can continue to pull back the layers of the onion and really learn more about who your business is and what it's all about. However, again, we're talking about making sure that your red map marker shows up high on the local search results. And those red map markers are not tied to your website. They're tied to your Google business profile, in which case you can link your Google business profile to your website. The other aspect is if you have a physical office, a physical location, then you can also incorporate turn-by-turn driving directions to your Google business profile as well. A well-maintained Google business profile is essential for real estate professionals, and it's usually the first point of contact that a customer has when they go to Google and they start typing a local search phrase. XYZ service near me, XYZ service Miami, Florida, XYZ service around the corner. That's where your Google Business Profile plays a significant role. So your first step, you're going to need to make sure that you have claimed your Google Business Profile. Most of the time, Google has already created a Google Business Profile for your business, and you just have to go out and claim it. In some cases, rare, but in some cases, you might have to create a brand new Google Business Profile for yourself. Simply go to business.google.com. You will need to be logged in with your Gmail account. Now, I say Gmail in air quotes because you can have your own domain associated with your Google Business Profile, but you will have to connect your Google Business account to that domain. And as long as those two are connected, then that would be your login ID, your user ID when you log into business.google.com in order to claim and or create your Google Business Profile. You will have to verify your Google Business Profile. Various different ways for you to do that. The fastest and most convenient way is to just get a phone call. An automated system will call the phone number that's on file on your Google Business Profile. It'll give you a digital PIN number, and then you enter that PIN number into the dashboard, and that illustrates that you are the owner / controller of that Google Business Profile. Another option might be to record a business video in front of your business office or your business location. And then a third way, and it's the slowest way, but it is probably the most used way, is to have a postcard mailed to the address on file. And that postcard will have a PIN number printed on that postcard that when you finally get the postcard in the mail, it usually takes a weekish or so to get it. I say it's the slowest. But when you get that postcard in the mail, it'll say, hey, congratulations, here's your PIN number. You'll log into your dashboard at business.google.com. You'll enter that PIN number, and then you will have verified your Google Business Profile. So as long as you verify your Google Business Profile, then you can start making updates, edits, and changes to that Google Business Profile. And that's where you want to make sure that you focus on what we call your NAP, your name, your address, and your phone number. You need to make sure that these core bits of information are exactly accurate. And when I say exactly accurate, what I'm referring to is you're going to also be able to create a profile on your Facebook account. You can set up a Facebook business page, a LinkedIn business page, a Yelp business page, a business page on TripAdvisor, a business page on Bing or Yahoo. All of the addresses need to match exactly what you've put in your Google Business Profile. Think of your Google Business Profile in terms of local SEO as the hub on a wagon wheel. So the hub is your central control panel for what is happening with your business from a local perspective, a local data perspective. And the spokes off of that hub could be a spoke to Yelp, another spoke to Yahoo, another spoke to Bing, to Facebook, to Instagram. What the algorithm is looking for to make it easy for them to sort and to organize your business is to make sure that every period, every comma, if you use suite, SUITE 123 in your Google Business address, then you need to use suite in all of your other profile listings. Don't abbreviate it with the number sign. Don't abbreviate it with STE. Make sure it is exactly the same as what's on your Google Business Profile. That just ensures that the way that you are being organized in the big, massive data algorithm of all these different platforms is alike. So your NAP, your name, address, and phone number is key. Now, your website link is there. It's important. There's some other core pieces as well, but your name, your business name. So make sure if you've got comma LLC and you have a space at the in between your comma and the LLC, make sure it is exactly that same way. If it is capitalized throughout, capitalize them on all of it. Keep it consistent. Next is incorporating relevant keywords. There are sections, as I mentioned earlier, for you to put keywords in there. So do a little bit of research. Go to Google, start typing in keywords that you think people might start using initially, and then look at that drop down that Google is suggesting that people typically use when they start typing those keywords. And make sure that the ones that are appropriate are also applied to your Google business profile. There's a category section so that you can make sure that you're listed within the right category in the Google data system. And then finally, we talked about high quality images and videos. Look, this is all you need to be a professional photographer. Everybody's phone has a super duper camera and video camera on it. If you take pictures, you can even take selfies in front of different parts or portions of your properties. Upload those, and you want to post regularly. The more content you create, the more up to date the data sets are. A new property comes on the market, you're listing it, take a bunch of pictures, upload them to your Google business profile. A property goes off the market, go into your Google business profile and take it off your Google business profile. Keep it updated on a regular and consistent basis. This ensures that Google has all the right information for you. Now, I'm going to share a secret ninja tip with you. Powerful user-generated content. User-generated content means that you're not creating the content. Your users are creating the content. And the best user-generated content that Google loves the most are reviews. Reviews tell Google who you are, how you operate, what the market thinks about you, whether you're liked or you're not liked, or you're doing a good job or you're not doing a good job. If I were to go to Christine and say, hey, Christine, tell me all about you, and she gives me her bio and everything else, that's one thing. But if I'm like, hey, I don't want to hear from you, I'm going to go talk to 10 of your biggest fans. I'm going to talk to 10 of your family members, your closest family members. I'm going to talk to 10 of the people that don't like you very much. I'm going to learn a lot more about Christine than if I sit down and had an hour, 2-hour chat with Christine one-on-one. And that's how Google's algorithm learns about your business. They read the reviews. They go and scrape the reviews on Yelp. They scrape the reviews on Google. They scrape the reviews on Facebook. They want reviews on their platform because they want you using their platform. So the thing that you want to do is you want to encourage your clients to talk about you. Now, you don't have to sell a house before you can ask for a review. You can have a successful open house and just show somebody something. Give them a great experience showing them something. Give them some donuts and some coffee and sit down and chat with them a little bit. And then at the end, ask, say, hey, if you had an enjoyable time here, would you mind just sharing your experience and coming to an open house with me and on my Google page? I'd appreciate that. If they become a buyer in the future, they can update their review and say, hey, not only did I go to Christine's open houses for the last couple of months, but she finally found something for me that was perfect for my needs. And now I'm going to write and explain to you my experience in actually having her help me acquire this piece of property. So getting your customers to leave reviews does not mean you have to wait until you actually have a transaction in place. Anybody, if you've got friends and family members who know you're in the real estate game, ask them to go and leave a review about your business acumen, your professionalism, your courtesy, your attention to detail, because that educates the Google system about who you are so that it learns more information about you from the marketplace. It builds credibility through client feedback. It builds trust because people who come after are able to sit back and see engagements from others, that their experience that they had with you. And that trust factor helps them feel more comfortable sending you a chat message, jumping on the phone and calling you, stopping by that open house. All of this goes into what Alignable calls the know, like, and trust factor. We want to build up that trust, to build up that engagement so people feel comfortable not being anonymous. The internet's great for allowing us to be anonymous. And we want solutions. That's why we use the internet, but we don't want to be taken advantage of, and we don't want to waste our time. So if we find a resource, a vendor, a supplier that we feel we can trust, that we feel we've gotten to know because we've read about other people's experiences, and we feel we like them because we look at what they're doing, we see things that they're doing, it helps us feel more comfortable taking that next step as well. So, cultivating reviews. Encourage satisfied clients to leave positive reviews can significantly boost the profile's effectiveness. It shows Google you're using their tool. Google rewards people for using their tool. Reviews provide valuable feedback and also improve your search rankings, showcasing the business's reputation and reliability. Google reviews. In today's digital age, 90% of home buyers searched online during their home buying process. Google is the colossal search engine that virtually everybody is looking to when starting their home buying search. Now, I'm not taking anything away from the Zillows of the world. The Zillows are impactful, but Zillow is just a small drop in the ocean when it comes to Google. People don't have Zillow on their phone. People don't say, hey, Zillow, like they say, hey, Google, or hey, Siri. And by the way, Siri, Alexa, they pull from, yep, you guessed it, Google's database. They don't pull from Zillow's database. Zillow's just a little website that has a bunch of real estate properties on it. Don't ignore it, leverage it, but make sure you're feeding the 800-pound gorilla that's out here helping you get more exposure in the marketplace. So why should I care about reviews? We've talked about this. It boosts your Google rankings. Reviews make up approximately 10% of how Google ranks your website. Ranks your website. I didn't say your Google business profile, ranks your website. So you want your website to show up higher. Google's looking to see, hey, wait, what link do they have in their Google business page associated with their website? Okay, that's their website. And let's read about the reviews that we're getting from their customers. Okay, that looks like they're pretty influential. Let's boost the ranking of that web address higher up on the search engines as well. Okay. It influences your customers. Google's reviews and testimonials adds credibility and trustworthiness to your brand, and it makes leads much more likely that they want to work with you. And then obviously, if you get more Google visibility and more Google exposure, you get more traffic, and traffic is what is king on the internet. Now, one of the things and one of the tools we definitely recommend leveraging and taking advantage of is doing a reputation analysis. Reputation analysis allows you to see how your brand is actually being viewed by the market, by customers, by prospects, and also by Google. So if you if you go and you do one of these reputation research analysis reports and you give a little information about who you are, it can come back and tell you things like, hey, you're listed with these directories and not with these directories. Oh, your name, address, and phone number is accurate here, but it's not accurate there. Oh, look, you've got 100 reviews, but you don't have any replies back to those reviews. We're going to talk about replying back to those reviews here in a moment, but you want to make sure you get an assessment done, and we can help you get take an approach where you can have your digital footprint graded, so you can get a sense for what your digital footprint looks like. We can talk a little bit more about that. If we were to help you, we've got a service that can turn around and do a very comprehensive analysis. It starts at about $299 for us to go through and do that analysis for you. But we pull back the layers of your social profiles. We pull back the layers of your digital footprint, your website profile. Does it load fast? Do you have keywords associated properly? The next area that's important are all of these different directories, these local different directories. Zillow is an example of a directory. Yelp is a directory. Every single citation, every single listing you can get on all these other directories give you extra feathers in your cap when it comes to showing your authority and your position that Google should be ranking you in on the search engines. But remember, they all need to match one central citation, and your main citation should be your Google business profile. But everywhere else, you should go in and clean it up and make sure that what I have in Google, I have on Yelp. What I have in Google, I have on Zillow. What I have in Google, I have on Facebook. What I have in Google, I have on Alignable. Alignable is an example of another directory, as an example. So you want to make sure that you are listed with the top local directories, and there's well over 100 of these top directories. And even if you say, hey, I don't use yellowpages.com anymore, nobody uses that. Well, the truth of the matter is, you'd be surprised, is the first response. But secondly, even though you might not use it, the search engines and the spiders that crawl the internet learning and searching out more information about your brands, they use them. So you want to have a footprint in every directory space that makes sense. Part of the reputation analysis, we can identify sections and areas that you are overlooking or neglecting or just forgetting to put those citations up, and we can help make sure that you get citations listed at the top directories. So that was secret tip ninja tip number 1. Secret ninja tip number 2 is getting more 5-star Google reviews. And here's the secret. First and foremost, just be intentional. Just ask. People are not going to just do it automatically. Some might, but here's the thing. The majority of people that leave a review without being asked are the ones who did not have a stellar experience with your business or your brand. They're the ones that want to climb to the top of the mountain and shout to everybody, don't use this company. They dogged me. They took advantage of me. They will go to the ends of the earth to tell everybody that you are not a brand to be trusted. The people that had a great experience with you, they're great. That's kind of expected. They're happy and they're going about their business. They're picking up kids from soccer practice. They're going to PTOs, and they're going to work, and they're not thinking, oh, wait, I need to take time out of my day and tell people how awesome Christine is because other people need to know about her. You need to ask. You need to be intentional. You need to make sure that there is a strategic approach to doing it. Put it in all your emails. Hey, we'd love to hear your experience with us. Please leave us a review. Here's a link to our Google business page. Leave a review. Yes, you should get reviews on Yelp. Yes, you should get reviews on Zillow and anywhere else. But make it a point to definitely get user-generated content into the Google database. Create a QR code. Put QR codes up in your open house. Enjoying the open house today? Leave us a review about your experience and put a QR code on a little placard or a little table tent that allows them to just scan that QR code with their phone and pull up your Google business page as they're going from the master bedroom to the guest bedroom. Now, I'm going to give you guys a free guide at the end of this where you will be able to get 6 additional strategies for getting more reviews for your real estate business. But the main ninja tip that I want to share with you today is this thing that we call a Google Tap card. Now, a Google Tap card is a plastic card. I'm going to show you one here. This is a card. It's a plastic card, just like your credit card. It's got an NFC chip in this card, just like your credit card does. So if you've ever done the whole tap to pay with your credit card, that's the same thing that this tap card can do. You can have it programmed to your Google business profile. And then when you're asking for a review or somebody visiting your open house, hey, would you mind leaving me a review? They say, sure. Hey, you have your phone handy? Boop, just tap their phone. Instantly, your Google business profile page comes up and it goes right to the area where they enter the number of stars that they're going to give you, and they type in the review that they have for your business. Very convenient, very conducive, and this thing fits in your wallet. You can actually put a little, tether on it and hang it around your neck so that it's convenient for you. You don't give this out. You keep this, and all you do is you just use this and tap your customers or your prospects' phone to leave a review. This card costs about $30. but you're only buying it one time. And when you buy it, you just use it over and over and over and over again. So that ninja tip helps you increase the number of reviews, because if you have this hanging around your neck and you see it, you're like, oh, I have to ask for a Google review for a customer. Now you're being intentional, and you know you're going to roll out the red carpet if you know at the end of the engagement you're going to ask to tap their phone. So it changes the way that you even start working with that business right off the bat. And as you can see here, this is just a short little demo that shows all you do is tap the back of the phone and it instantly pulls up the Google business profile page directly on your Google review section. So now all somebody has to do is select the number of stars, type in their review, hit the post button, and instantly it's just been added to your Google business profile page. It's that quick, it's that simple. There's really no muss and no fuss about it. This is by far, we found that you get an average of 4 times the number of reviews, because this makes you be intentional and it removes the work that they have to do to go find you on Google before they leave you a Google review page. As I mentioned, it's $30. It comes with a cool little dashboard that you can turn around and see all kind of stats and information happening within your Google business page. Secret ninja tip number 3. Google wants you to respond to every review that you receive. Not just the folks that say, I didn't like dealing with Christine. She was slow. She was late. Her paperwork was messy. Yes, respond to those people, and we'll talk about why. But the person that comes in and says, hey, my God, let me tell you, this was the easiest process ever. And the experience was just, perfect. I was treated with white kit gloves, and I felt like I was a VIP. If you don't respond to that person, that's akin to somebody saying, oh my goodness, Christine, you're awesome. And then Christine just turned around and walking out the door, just not even acknowledging that person and saying, thank you, appreciate it. At least acknowledge the fact that they're trying to give you a digital high five and give you some accolades. But what you don't want to do is just copy paste. Thank you very much. We try to treat all of our customers with top-notch service. Copy paste. Thank you very much. We try to treat all of our clients with top-notch service. You want to make sure that when you are replying with something unique. You are actually responding to the review that was written. So if somebody says they really enjoyed the open house on 123 Main Street, reply back and say, yeah, I'm glad you had a great time on Sunday at 123 Main Street. And the pool that we have there is waiting for you and your kids to come and jump in. What did I just do there? I added another keyword to the reply by saying the pool. Now Google knows there's a pool at 123 Main Street. So if somebody is searching for properties near me with pools, you've just subconsciously, silently, psychologically, but more importantly, intentionally updated that review with a keyword that you felt was important. You can also say, hey, 123 Main Street is close to Miami Beach. Now you know Google knows more keywords to associate with you. So you use the reply as an opportunity to really make sure that you are communicating the words, the conversations, and the key phrases that are important for your business and your brand. So reply, reply, reply. Unfortunately, though, it does require time. You do have to be unique. You do have to be intentional about it. Here's where AI can come in and help out, because AI can assist you with enabling a chat bot to help you write a response, so you don't have to come off the top of your dome with the response. You can say, hey, ChatGPT, help me write a response to this great review or this unhappy review that I just received, and then you can just edit it. Here's a short little overview explanation explaining this.
Unless you've been living under a rock, Google is the most powerful search engine for any real estate agent's business. And the Google reviews is the bloodline that keeps clients coming to you. Let me explain. It is incredibly important to be collecting Google reviews, but it is equally as important to be responding to those reviews and packing your response with SEO or search engine optimization keywords. Let me tell you more. Keywords or SEO keywords is the juice that Google uses to send the right kind of people to you. And it's critical to include the words that Google wants to know for the consumer to find you to your response to your review. For example, if somebody left me a review that said, "Chris, thank you for helping me buy a house," my response would be more articulate to include certain details that I want other consumers to find. For example, I might respond by saying, "Hi, Joe. It was wonderful to help another first-time home buyer purchase their place in the city of Los Angeles. I love how I walked you through a very smooth escrow process, and I look forward to serving your family and friends in another real estate transaction." Did you guys hear a handful of the keywords that I stuffed into there? I included first-time home buyer. I included the market that he served. I included family and friends looking for real estate. I am trying to find words that others might search that would help them find me. My pro tip here is to use a resource like ChatGPT or Jasper.ai. You could use Google Keyword Finder. Yes, Google has something called a keyword finder. Or you could use a paid model like SEMrush to do some research and find the most used keywords in your market. Responding to reviews is big. Whether you're using keywords or not, it shows your customers that you care and that you're invested in their experience. If you found this video helpful, share this video newsletter with somebody you know and send me a message with any questions.
Chris explained it appropriately. That's how you start to use some of the tools, the AI tools that you have at your disposal, to shorten the amount of time that it takes for you to actually do some of this work that we're talking is required. So here's just a few examples. I'm not going to read through these in detail. I'm going to start to speed up so we can kind of close this thing out because we're reaching the end here. But as you can see in the circled response, that's a very well written response. And to write something like that would take a few minutes. It'd take you at least 5 minutes to articulate, think about, and respond to that. But if you use AI, it'll take you a few seconds. Now you're able to really get your time back and still make sure you're feeding the Google Beast the information that it's looking for. So as I said, you're going to get a copy of the slide deck. Feel free to read through that in detail and then kind of circle, highlight, or underline what you think are great keywords in these different examples. Here's another example as well. Now, as we mentioned, when you use AI appropriately, there are paid services that can help you with this. You'll find that it's about 30 cents per review that you can set up if you were to, say, use an AI response bot whose job it is to focus on your Google business page. And whenever it sees a new review added to your Google business page, it writes a response back to that review and then sends it to you for your approval and edits before posting it onto your Google business page. The same way as if you were to hire an intern to go through and say, pay attention to any review that comes in, and when you see a review, write a response to that, text me or email me your response so I can approve it, and then go log in and post it when I give you the approval. That can be done by an AI assistant on your behalf, and you're finding that you're going to basically pay on average about a third of the cost to have an AI bot do it. Never takes any breaks, no time off, no distraction. So if there's 100 reviews, it will turn around and respond to those 100 reviews and not take a break to say, wait, I got to go walk the dog. I've got to go stretch my feet. It's a lot more efficient, and you can be in control so that it doesn't post something without your approval. Now, secret ninja tip number 4. GPT prompts to help get you started. So I'm going to give you a few prompts, a couple of prompts that you can go over to ChatGPT and say, help me out with this. If you write a prompt that says, write an SEO optimized response for the Google Business Review, and then you paste your Google Business Review into ChatGPT and you say, I want to use these SEO keywords, Los Angeles, first time home buyer, escrow, ChatGPT will kick out a response that you just have to polish up a little bit, and then you can copy and paste and put that up on your replies section. Another example, write a response to this Google Business Review. Paste the response there, and then give it the instruction. Include the following keywords. Add the keywords here and separate your keywords. These two prompts will definitely help make sure that ChatGPT is kicking out for you something that you can actually use that's helpful and beneficial. So we're coming to the end of our first session here. Hopefully this was very helpful and insightful, and you got a few little aha nuggets that you can apply and take home. If you did, I'd appreciate some thumbs up or some claps from you guys. If you have any questions whatsoever, now's the time to start putting those in the Q&A so we can start figuring it out. But let's just kind of recap here. Your recent development, the recent developments in Google search has caused the search game to be flipped on its head. Make sure that you understand you're not going about it the old-fashioned way, that you need to start leveraging a new approach. And that primary approach to the new way of doing things is to feed as much data into Google as you can using the tools that Google is giving you. You want to leverage your local SEO, and that is your Google Business Profile. That's kind of like your mission control panel for those little red map markers that comes up when people do the near me type searches. And just know that's also the database that Alexa pulls from, that Siri pulls from. So when people start doing voice search, they're going to be able to find you as well. Optimize that Google Business Profile. In the presentation, I gave you a whole bunch of steps to help you with the optimization. Again, refer back to this presentation at the end. Enhance your local footprint, because that will allow you to get more exposure. And the way you get more exposure is by leveraging reviews. That gives you trust, and that gives you the credibility. And you don't want to just stop by asking for a review. You want to take the conversation full boat and respond back to those reviews as well. So lastly is, and I just threw this in like the other day because this is going to be one of my guests in a week or two. But there is a way to really empower what's called the near me searches. So if you want to make sure that you show up top of the listings when somebody says real estate agent near me, or open home near me, or open house near me, and that by just typing the near me in the search, there are strategic ways that you can boost your brand up so that the AI knows that based on the GPS of that person searching on their phone near them, that you're going to show up because your business, your messaging is important for somebody at that specific location that they are searching for at the time that they're pulling out their phone, and their GPS says that they're standing on the corner of Main Street and First Street in Miami, and that they're going to serve up the open houses that are close to the location that they're searching on. We'll have a session that's really just focused on the near me functionality. We'll bring him in, and he'll talk a little bit about the near me AI powered search functionality. So that being said, we'll kind of bring this to a close. If there are any questions, go ahead and type them in now. If you'd like, you can also raise your hand. I think there's a way to raise your hand. If I'm not mistaken, you might be able to raise your hand on your icon down at the bottom. And then if you'd like, I can bring you to the front of the room. You can ask the question. You can ask your question in person. If not, you can type it into the chat session here, and I'll be more than happy to answer. Okay, Yvette, looks like Yvette does have a question. Yvette, if you'd like to, I will invite you to the front, and you can ask your question in person. And just make sure your camera's on and you are unmuted, and we will.
How's that? Can you hear me?
I can hear you, Yvette. Welcome.
Well, I didn't have a question. I was actually going to tell you how great my experience has been with this. It's awesome. You really, I do a lot of things with Old Father Group, my broker, and you laid it all out quite, simply, and it's awesome because I want to do the AI stuff.
Awesome.
And I appreciate today. It's a great thing today.
Wonderful. Thank you so much. definitely appreciate it. We'll stick around because some of the prizes at the trivia contest is going to be able to give you some of that access without having to pay for it. So we're going to jump into that. So any other questions?
And I was going to add, next Wednesday, I hope to see everyone here, and bring your brokers, bring your friends, bring other agents. Mark will mention pretty much our agenda for the next 5 weeks.
Yes, absolutely. And again, the more the merrier. If we have more people in, the more enjoyable, the more fun that the experience will be. It's not fun playing in the playground by yourself. Okay, so let's see here. Let us, okay. Any other questions? Any other hands raised? If not, then we can go ahead and jump right on into the trivia. So here's the trivia contest. We've got over $1,500 worth of prizes will be awarded today. Basically, I'm going to show a QR code on the screen here. So everybody, this is your chance now, go grab your phone, get your phone handy because you're going to need to scan a QR code, and your phone is going to be, and your phone is going to be the tool that you're going to use to cast your answers, to submit your answers in a real-time capacity. I'm going to put a leaderboard up on the screen as well. So everybody will see who is winning after each question. You have about 20 seconds to answer each question. I think actually about 15 seconds to answer each question. And at the end of each question, we'll show who is currently leading the pack. And just like when you go to the pub or the bar, the faster you answer, the higher your point value is going to be. And obviously you have to get the correct answer in order for you to even score points. So you get the correct answer, but the faster you can push the button on your phone, the higher your point value is. We'll calculate and accrue all the points, and we will then reward prizes to the top 3 winners on the leaderboard contest. So first, second, and third place prizes will be awarded. Here's a little bit about what is going to be made available. The first thing that we are going to do is we are going to offer a hotel savings card. We have a travel partner that provides us with a hotel savings card that allows you to get so basically you will be able to receive a $300, a $200, and a $100 hotel savings card that's good at over 1 million 4-star and 5-star hotels worldwide. So you won't have to pay retail rates for your staycation or your next vacation. You can get that W hotel, that Hilton, that Marriott hotel stay, and get it at travel agency rates and be able to knock $100 to $300 off, depending upon if you're first, second, or third place winner. Now, obviously, the first place winner is going to get the $300 card, and the third place winner is going to get the $100 card. So even though it's 100, 200, 300, we're going to reverse it for the winners. So here's what everything that you're going to win. Oh, we don't need that going. Here's everything that you're going to win. So first place winners, we're going to put a first place winners kit together with valued at over $680 worth of prizes, the $300 hotel savings card. You're also going to be able to receive 1 free Google review tap card. If you have multiple agents or you run an agency, I recommend every one of your agents and or brokers should have their own tap card, because that tap card can be tracked and you can see which agents are out there actually being intentional, asking for reviews from your clients and your customers. In addition to that, we also will supply you with 1 month of AI reviews for the AI bot to reply back to your reviews automatically for you. That's a $50 value. And we'll run a Google reputation analysis report for your brand complimentary. Now, second place winner, the difference is you get all the same stuff as the first place winner, but you get a $200 hotel savings card versus a $300 hotel savings card. And then for the third place winner, you get the $100 hotel savings card, and you get the tap card and the analysis. The AI bot is not part of the third place winner. That is reserved for the first and second place winner. And as a thank you for participating, coming out and just playing the game with us and learning with us, everybody who participates, we will run a complimentary Google reputation analysis for everybody who just at least gets in the game, irrespective of whether finish first, second, or third. So here's what you're going to do. I'm going to flash a QR code up here in a second. And what you're going to need to do to register, after you scan the QR code, you're going to need to enter your name dash your email address. This is how we will be able to identify who the winner is or the winners are at the end of the contest, and then follow up with them and make sure that they get the gifts and the prizes that are awarded to them. Then you have an option to select an avatar. And let me just say, it's a random avatar thing. You hit the next avatar and it gives you a whole different avatar, different features, etc. But you can't go back. So if you like an avatar and you hit choose a different avatar, you can't go back to that previous avatar. And let me just say, once you start hitting the change avatar, it becomes a Alice in Wonderland black hole, because you can say, I wonder what the next avatar looks like. And you can change the avatar anytime. The avatar is just something for you to play with to make it funny and cute. Get ready, because we're going to flash it up, and the highest score at the end of the session wins. Let me change screens here and get ready for the contest. All right, let's refresh and get this started and queued up. And if the last second to get any questions in before we get started, let's go ahead and it logged me out, so I got to log back in. Bear with me. Any questions coming in, Christine, while I get this set up? Okay, we're going to do.
Let me go ahead and
Like
check.
that.
No
And then if you
questions.
go to participants, it also will show you if anybody has raised their hand. And we'll say @gmail.com.
I hope you guys go back, mention to your other agents or brokers about this platform. Maybe, it's something that you can incorporate in your own team meetings, broker meetings. I think as well, at least for me, I do my business nationwide, so this it really becomes an experience.
All right, so let me share the QR code here. And where is it? Okay, there it is. All right, so get ready to scan the QR code. I have here, and there we go. Okay. Feel free to play along, Christine.
Sure.
I'm not, though, because I know all the answers. So as you guys start to register for the contest, we will see your name pop up here. So John, we're going to need your email address. Remember, I'm going to need your email address in there too. But this is a small group, so I'll be able to find you easily. But all right, so we've got 4 players in so far. We'll give it another couple of seconds. I think we had a total of 7 or 8 in the room, so we'll give another couple of folks the opportunity to get involved here. There we go. Yvette's in there too. Perfect. And then we'll get ready to get started here. I'll give it 15 seconds more, and then we will start the contest. 10 seconds more. All right. What you're going to see on your phone is going to mirror what's on the screen. So if you want a little, there's going to be an image for some extra context on the screen, but you're going to respond using your phone. All right, so we're getting started here now. The game is about to start. Let's go. All right, we have Yvette in the lead so far. John and Christine are tied. John's still in the lead. He's pulling away. Oh, D Boone usurped him. Oh, D's not in the lead. John has gotten the lead back again. Oh, Christine's dropped to 4th place. John's extending his lead. All right, we're about halfway through now. John's got 5 fire flames. He's on fire. Oh, everybody missed that one. John's still maintaining his lead. Christine, where you at, girlfriend? First and second's going neck and neck, and third and fourth's going neck and neck. All right, 5 more questions. This is it. Final stretch.
It's getting competitive on the top 4.
And just to let you guys know, the last question is worth double points. Oh, everybody missed that one. That one is a chance for somebody to get a leg up. Oh, come on, Christine. You did that on purpose. All right, it's going to be close. It's going to be close. All right, final question, bonus question worth double points. Get ready.
Third and fourth are neck to neck.
Let's see who the winner is. I'm excited. Here we go. Drum roll. John does it. He comes through in the clutch with 1,603 points. Congratulations, John. D. Boone, second place, 1,557 points, and Yvette, third place with 1,089 points. Sanji, thanks for playing, my friend. You will get the consolation prize. Everybody, definitely appreciated your time today. If there are no additional questions, I am going to stop the presentation. We'll go back to the floor. I'll hang around for another 10, 15 minutes. If you guys would like to chat with me, have any questions that you want to talk with me about in a more private process, I'll make myself available. I trust you guys enjoyed this. I trust you guys got some very good value out of this. Christine, anything else you want to say before we stop the presentation?
Nope, I had a great experience. Thank you.
Excellent, excellent. Thumbs up if everybody enjoyed themselves as well. Definitely appreciate that. And I am going to stop sharing, and I am going to stop the presentation, and we will go back to the floor. I'll see you guys on the floor. You want to meet, since there's a small group, let's just all meet at table 1, and we can just take it from there.